The race for the 2020 Triple Crown kicks off Saturday with the 152nd running of the Belmont Stakes. With the Kentucky Derby moved to September and the Preakness moved to October, the usually third leg of the Triple Crown is now up first just outside of New York. The Belmont, usually 1.5 miles, but has been shortened to 1 1/8 miles and will be run without fans in attendance. The draw for the race taking place at noon Eastern Time Wednesday. Here are the post-draw results. Tiz the Law, the odds-on favorite, coming in at 3-2. Recently won the Florida Derby. Dr. Post was in at 9-1. Tap it to win at 12. And for some reaction on this, we now bring in Sportsline's Tim Doyle and Sportsline senior writer Gene Menez. Tim, I'll start with you, and Gene, you can follow up. Reaction to the post-draw positions.
Well, no surprise that Tiz the Law, a New York-based horse, is going to be the morning line favorite, and rightfully so. He didn't get buried on the outside, didn't get buried on the inside, so like the post-draw is just fine for him. I thought one horse, Gene, that stood out, Pneumatic, because here's a horse I expect to be on or close to the lead, drawing the furthest outside post. I kind of liked him. Now I don't like him. Drawing the 10-hole, I'm kind of scared away. Thought that horse ran its heart out in the Matt Winn Stakes when it was third to a very good Maxfield. So that's a horse that I kind of had circled. It draws the 10 points, 10 posts, and now I kind of throw it out.
I'm with you, Tim. If there was a loser in today's post position draw, it was Pneumatic drawing the 10-hole. As a horse with speed and you don't like to be that far on the outside, Tap It to Win drew the rail, and I think he's going to go to the front. In 1.5 miles with the race starting on the backstretch, Pneumatic might not have to lose a lot of ground. Tiz the Law, I think, drew perfectly in the 8-hole. He's not going to be caught behind horses on the inside. He should have a clean trip, and we should have a good race on Saturday.
Yeah, you saw the updated odds there with the post-draw positions being done. Tiz the Law still the favorite, though, in the 8-hole, as you guys said. Is there anyone in the field that can beat him?
I absolutely love a horse. I mean, Gene, a horse like this comes around in horse racing every 30 minutes or so, all right, because there's so many races. But I love Sole Volante, all right? Valore, that's how much I love this horse. And here's why. It raced only 10 days ago, and they're running him back in the Belmont. Check out this horse last race. It beat, very similar horses to who Tiz the Law was beating, let's just say, in the Holy Bull and the Florida Derby. And watch this here. No whipping. Luca Panizzi, his mother makes a fantastic sauce, but he's like 100 years old. He's going to be riding this horse, and he never whipped the horse once down the stretch. Gene, when I watched Tiz the Law, here's my fear. Last 2 races started lugging in badly going left. Now he's going to Belmont, big sandy there, heavy track, and Manny Franco had to get left-handed on him to kind of straighten him out. I think Sole Volante, I'm half Italian, I'll tell a lot of people that. I absolutely love this horse, and at 9-2, Luca is going to be a winner.
Tim, have you been reading my notes or something? Sole Volante is the one horse in this race that if Tiz Law is going to lose, could win. And you already mentioned a lot of the points. And I'll tell you this, trainer Patrick Biancone has been really high on this horse since last fall. If you go back to his last race in the fall, he ran great on the turf. I can't wait to see this horse on the turf when he gets there. He's got a great late kick. And I tell you what, in this race, with the race starting on the backstretch at 1.8 miles, this is going to go faster than a race that would start on around 2 turns going longer, because the horses race straighter longer, and he's going to come around the turn. It should set up for his big late kick. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Tiz the Law, but if someone is going to beat him, it's going to be Sole Volante.
Yeah, you see Volante there in at 9-2 in the 2-hole. This was the longest race of the Triple Crown. Now it's the shortest. How does that change affect how the horses run, Gene?
Yeah, well, I just mentioned it. Even though this is only 9 furlongs versus the 12 furlongs that the Belmont usually is run at, this is going to be run at a faster pace, which could set up better for the late running closers. You always hear every year when we get to the Belmont how deep closers don't have a chance to win the race because you really need to be close to the front. In this case, on Saturday, the deep closers might have a better chance than they would at 12 furlongs. We'll have to see. Sole Volante, I think, is the best closer in this race. And Farmington Road is another one to look at if you're going to look at horses coming from behind.
Yeah, but no doubt about it, Tiz the Law is going to be the story of this race. You got a New York-based horse that looked so dominant in the Champagne last year on this track. And what makes this horse so tough is it has multiple moves. You know, it could go to the front, it could take back. I was watching the Holy Bull Stakes again, and the horse made like 3 moves in one race. But the lugging in really scares me, and it did lug in both times down the stretch. Plus, the horse is going to have no value. I mean, the Law, let's be honest, has been in the news a lot lately, okay? So you're going to have people probably loading up on this horse or even fading this horse because of that reason. But I think this horse is going to have absolutely no value. So let's try to beat him in other ways. Rightfully so, it should be the favorite, but I think there's some real concerns going into the Belmont.
They are Tim Doyle and Gene Menez of Sportsline, breaking down the post-draw positions for the 152nd running of the Belmont Stakes this coming Saturday. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Here's the schedule of the Triple Crown. As mentioned, the Belmont being run first for the first time ever. They used to rotate the races before 1931, but this is the first time that the Belmont has been run first. It's out of the gates this coming Saturday. The Kentucky Derby set to go September 5th, and then the Triple Crown wraps up with the Preakness Stakes October 3rd.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.